Hey, guys.
Okay. You know, this act was cute when they kept doing it the first time around with Ward. Finding ingenious ways to constantly bring him back year after year had a certain charm and hilarity to it. But now, they've just decided that they can repeat the joke with everybody. And when you do that with Coulson and Fitz in the same season, and you end the season by bringing back Coulson again in another ridiculous matter, it just kills the joke for me. It feels like it's abusing the power of the inside joke the fans appreciated, simply because they aren't creative enough to come up with other, better ways to keep the show or the characters going. I don't know, maybe most people just expected this and won't be bothered by the way this season turned out, but I for one am just exhausted by it at this point. Instead of having a giant smile on my face seeing Coulson revived for the 12 billionth time, I'm just numb to it. Maybe it's because I went into the season expecting it to be the last. I had no idea that a 7th season was ordered in November of last year. So for half of this season, I was expecting pretty great things. That initial private trailer that leaked on YouTube hooked me right away too. May slowly recovering from an explosion, only to see evil Coulson pull his gun and start killing innocents. Then he drives away in a big black fuck-off semi-trailer truck. That was sweet. Obviously, I know these characters are going to be brought back somehow. Like I said, it is the inside joke with this show at this point. And bringing back Coulson to be the bad guy is exactly the type of twist that I could appreciate to not make it feel cheap or repetitive. But man, did Coulson's presence just end up feeling hollow this entire season. Let's try and break it all down, and maybe that'll help me communicate why I couldn't get behind it. So, Coulson was a corporeal being from another dimension that inhabited a copy of Coulson's body that was created by the reality monolith sometime over the past year or two, while the rest of the S.h.i.e.L.D. team were messing with the monoliths. And that copy of Coulson was also shot a couple hundred years into the past, I think, because he had been hunting his lover, or partner corporeal being, whatever the fuck she is, and he didn't fully understand why he was doing it, because he was a mix of Coulson and that corporeal species, and they were locked in a constant struggle with each other, and each other's memories, and Jesus Christ, kill me now. To say this is convoluted would be an understatement of the fucking year. And then, in the last 10 minutes of the episode, they have the nerve to go back in time and create an LMD replica of the good Coulson because they killed that dickhead Coulson because the corporeal beings from another fucking dimension were just not that important or much of a big deal anyway. Okay, that's all I can say at this point. And don't even get me started on the good Coulson LMD. For a show that creates its own science magic on the regular, that even felt like an ass pull to end all ass pulls. Whatever, let's go back to the corporeal beings, because I have a few major issues with this nonsense. For one, why wouldn't you bring back Ghost Rider for this? They mention him, and even hint that he might be the only thing that can stop these guys. But nope, they have a sword that the evil Coulson had, and use that sword against them. I think because it was just a bigger version of those daggers that could kill the Shrikes.
Cool.
And why the fuck did this evil Coulson kick May through the portal into their dimension after stabbing her? You establish that life and death mean nothing in their dimension, and you establish that Coulson is officially evil now. So why would he stab May and then throw her into the place where she wouldn't die and have a chance at stopping their entire plan? The evil corporeal chick, that's just how I'm going to refer to her, because I don't even care enough to know her name. The show didn't care about these creatures, so why the hell should I? The ECC even acts like she wasn't sure why he did that, so she gets pissy and jumps in there to stop May from fucking up the evil plan. So yeah, the whole final episode kind of died for me right there. We need May to have a cool sword fight against the villain in the finale. Have evil Coulson kill her, but shove her into the other dimension for no reason. Okay. Here's an idea. Why wouldn't you have the last remnants of the real Coulson flash through his mind, and for his final act before being consumed by the corporeal monster Coulson, the memories of the real Coulson manifest, and he throws May through the portal after the stabbing. All you had to do was establish that life and death mean nothing before the stabbing. That adds a fitting dramatic conclusion to this version of Coulson and May's storyline this season. But nope, evil monster Coulson just Sparta kicks her into the other dimension. Because that's what we need to have happen.
Madness. Madness and stupidity.
I'm really glad that this season was not the final one, because if it was, this corporeal monster monolith garbage would have been a terrible ending to a show I still believe deserves better. Remember what this show was capable of? Remember fantastic scenes like this?
It's a spy's goodbye.
To me, that represents the pinnacle of Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. And it's just one example in a long list of many of why I believe the show is capable of so much more. Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. is clearly the one Marvel property Disney didn't give a shit about. But that didn't stop it from making some of the best seasons of television found on regular cable networks. This show is miles better than Flash, Arrow, and the rest of that DC bullshit found on the CW. Trust me, I watched all of those DC Universe shows, and they inevitably broke me in a way that S.h.i.e.L.D. has yet to. You know what? I'll give an exception to Legends of Tomorrow, because that show embraces its goofiness and revels in jumping the shark. I've watched pretty much anything revolving around the superhero genre, and I'd argue that the best seasons of Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. can go toe-to-toe with the top-tier Marvel properties seen on Netflix like Daredevil and The Punisher. Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. hasn't always been a consistent show, but it's had some amazing highs, and it deserves to have an ending befitting them. This season didn't set up the final run in a way I would have wanted it to, but luckily it wasn't so bad that I won't tune in to see how it ends. I still love these characters, and I still have hope that the final season can prove to everybody that this was a Marvel property that deserved more respect and acknowledgement than it got. I think S.h.i.e.L.D. just needs to slow things down and go back to the things that made it great in seasons 2, 3, and most of 4. It's not crazy and over-the-top plot threads involving space and time that made this show great. What made it great was well-written, lovable, outcast characters coming together to fight the things the Avengers simply didn't have time for. That's it. Nothing spectacular, nothing convoluted, nothing that made you go, wait, what the fuck is happening again? Hell, just give us less of this.
Listen up, drop everything, eyes on me. Now, whatever Nana and Bobo want, obviously, run it by me first, and then help them. Let's treat it like it's launch day, people!
And more of this.
Built this damn thing for a reason.
And I'm confident that the final season can turn things around. I want Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. to be a show I can confidently recommend to people. But I can't do that if this is what to expect from the last season. Here's hoping for an ending these agents deserve. 5 Fitzes in a monkey suit out of 10. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I probably could have spent more time breaking down everything that did or didn't work for me this season, but honestly, for reviews like these, I think short and sweet works better. I wanted to get this video out faster anyway, so I have more time for the more interesting projects I have in the works, like Why You Should Watch for both The Boys and Legion. If we're lucky and the final season of Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. is great, then next year I can make a Why You Should Watch for that. And if it ends up shitting the bed, well, maybe that can be used for an even more ridiculous style of video. Anyways, thanks again. And if you love TV storytelling as much as I do, you know what to do.
Hey, guys.